So, you want to beat the Lightblade Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty? Well, let me show you how. Unlike the strike itself, the loadouts for this one are simple, with all three players wanting Arbalest to easily crack all arc and solar shields, as well as break down barrier champion shields. Hand cannon is great for its unstoppable stunning capabilities and for the close range boss fight. Linear fusions are recommended for heavy for their great ammo efficiency and for the ability to double dip into linear fusion armor mods along with the Arbalest. For classes, hunters want Mobius Quiver with Trapper's Ambush, Vanishing Step, and Omnioculus. Warlocks want Cataclysm Nova Bomb with Chaos Accelerant, Feed the Void, and Controverse Hold. Titans will want to rock Sentinel Shield with Bastion, Controlled Demolition, and Heart of Inmost Light. I also recommend running the Echo of Obscurity Fragment for invisible finishers, as well as a Lucent Finisher mod somewhere on the team. Hunters are massive in this GM for their ability to stay alive in the incredibly difficult boss room with invisibility, so consider bringing at least one on your run. Begin the strike by heading down the hallway and pushing the boss from a distance with your linears. After that, you can take out the two barrier knights that generally hang out on the right and lower middle, after which you can either clear your path to the next room or simply invis past everything with the hunter. This incredibly chaotic room begins with two solar wizards that can easily be killed with two Arbalest shots. The next focus is the Hive Guardian, whose shield throws will one-shot if they hit you. If he's in his super, I recommend retreating back to the entrance hallway until it expires. Keep in mind you can also shoot through his barricade with Arbalest. Do your best to finish its ghost so that it doesn't respawn. However, if you need to clear out surrounding enemies before you go for the kill on the Guardian, no worries. Do not rush this section. After that, I recommend moving to the back side of the room where you can take out both of the barrier knights, which will then spawn another Hive Guardian at the entrance along with a ton of Thrall. Try to stay away from the Hive Guardian while you mop up the Thrall, then take him out from the upper balconies. After that, clear out a few Acolytes at the entrance to spawn another Hive Guardian and two tanky Sword Knights in the middle of the room, which you can easily drop all three supers on to melt. Just make sure to finish the Guardian's ghost before proceeding. Head down the hallways until you reach the ferry, where you will take out the two barrier knights and accompanying acolytes before boarding the ferry. The most important thing to know about this section is that you do not actually need to stay on the ferry at any point. I recommend getting off and using the platforms by the walls to slowly work your way down the trench at your own pace, taking enemies out as you go, prioritizing shriekers. Once you reach the blockade, you'll have a Hive Guardian to deal with on each side. I recommend pushing up the stairs so the enemy sees you, which will make it pop its super. Once it pops its super, drop down from the staircase and let the Hive Guardian's super expire, after which you can easily kill him by head glitching the stairs. Next, grab the ball, dunk it, and rinse and repeat for the other side. Hop on the ferry again to get it moving, and once again feel free to abandon it immediately, working down the trench at your own pace. Once you get to the end, you will see a portal that you can enter to go where the ferry would normally take you. At this location, you are more than welcome to jump onto the ferry and fight the Thrall on there, but you can also stay down low and slowly take them out with grenades and jump shooting. This is a much safer method, but not super necessary. Hop back on the ferry after killing all of the Thrall to head to the swamp. In the swamp, you receive stacks of darkness that will prevent you from sprinting once you reach 10 stacks. Drop stacks by sitting by the lanterns, which will remove 3 stacks per tick. Just make sure to kill the 3 moths floating by a lantern before you move close to it. You'll also have to walk through the Hive checkpoints to reveal the lanterns. The most important thing here is to avoid killing the raiders at the beginning. If you leave them alive, no additional raiders will spawn throughout the rest of the swamp. You can do the same thing with the Screebs if you want as well, but it's a bit harder to execute, and considering they aren't ranged and can easily be outrun, it's not quite worth the hassle. After exiting the swamp, drop the Unstoppable Abomination along with the rest of the adds, being very careful of the moths throughout the cave. Push up and take out the raiders as well as the moths on the right, then exit the mouth of the cave to find the boss along with 2 Shriekers, 2 Ultra Ogres, an Unstoppable Ogre, and an Unstoppable Abomination. I recommend using linears to make the boss go away first, and then clearing the rest of the area slowly, prioritizing whatever is easiest to hit. After clearing the area, you'll head down to the boss room. The boss has 2 attacks, his melee slam and his arc volley. With the current acute modifier on this GM, the arc volley kills you in about 3 hits and is by far the deadliest part of this strike. Bungie has said previously that this modifier should not be on Grandmaster difficulty though, so if you want to wait until they fix it, I wouldn't blame you. I'll add a comment down below when they do fix it though. Whether you decide to go for the clear now or wait, here is how you'll want to tackle the boss room. The boss room has 2 rules. Make sure to clear all mobs before damaging the boss, and always be on the move. Personally, I found the best place to survive when it was just the boss in the arena was actually beneath the central platform on the ground. It's also worth noting that every enemy in the boss room except for Cursed Thrall can jump up to the upper platforms. The fight begins with the boss and a load of Thrall. Clear out all of the Thralls, both regular and cursed, before damaging the boss to 80% HP, at which point he will spawn some more Thrall that you will want to kill before proceeding. After all Thralls are dead, you can damage the boss to 66% HP, where he will go immune and spawn 2 Sword Knights, 10 Cursed Thrall, and 1 Hive Guardian. The Hive Guardian always jumps from the central platform up to the upper platforms. Your number 1 priority is to burn the Hive Guardian and crush his ghost before dealing with anything else. After killing him, I recommend killing 1 of the 2 Sword Knights, then all of the Thrall, then the other Sword Knight. Make sure to grab the orbs of light that he drops in the middle as well to get your supers going into the next phase. After killing the final Arc Knight, the boss will return to the fight, along with a set of Acolytes and 2 Barrier Knights that spawn at random locations at the upper platform. Here you want to do your best to burn the Acolytes and 1 of the Barrier Knights if possible, but be willing to retreat and come back to them if the boss is hunting you down or if you're in a bad position. Feel free to use supers and ammo here, as bursting them is key. After killing them, you can DPS the boss to 50% HP, where he will lose his helmet, increase his running speed, and spawn another set of Acolytes and 2 more Barrier Knights at random locations on the upper platforms. Once again, do your best to burn the Acolytes and Barrier, but don't hesitate to find a better position if you are in a bad one. These phases dealing with the Barrier Champions and the boss at the same time are by far the hardest part of the fight, so try to stick with your teammates so you can quickly burst them together. After killing them, continue damaging the boss to 33% HP, where he will exit the fight again and spawn another 2 Sword Knights, 10 Cursed Thrall, and 1 Hive Guardian. Kill these enemies in the same order as you did before. Once the boss re-enters the fight after the last Arc Sword Knight dies, he will bring 8 Thrall with him, which you'll want to kill before DPSing the boss to 25% HP, where he will bring in another set of Acolytes and 2 more Barrier Knights on the upper platforms. Same deal with these as before. After that, you can DPS the boss to 15% HP, where he will spawn 8 Thrall that you'll want to kill, after which you can kill the boss. This boss fight is absolutely absurd, with no truly safe areas and absolute mayhem during the phases with the Acolytes and the Barriers. It will no doubt take you and your team a solid couple of tries, but stick to it, find your synergy with bursting the champions and adds, and be respectful of the boss's pushes, being willing to run away if he's too close for comfort. The best way to get a break from the boss is by moving to a different elevation than he is currently on. So if he is on the ground and coming after you, try to move up top and vice versa. I wish I had a better strategy for you, but this fight is the incarnation of the Halo Reach Survive mission objective. It's brutal and it will break you. But bit by bit, you'll learn the fight better, understand the positionings a bit better, and eventually put alak-hul to bed. And that's everything. If this video helped, I would appreciate it if you would consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If you want to support me and my content even more, you can do so by using the links in the description, such as my Twitch channel where you can watch live Grandmaster Nightfall carries and possibly even run with me, or my Ko-fi page where you can aid me in producing content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.